I do want to talk about this fucking Tekashi interview with Angie. Can we just say that Angie has done it again?
Yo, she's going down in history, right? Weren't we supposed to vote for her in the Hall of Fame for broadcasting?
Like
she's dope. She's a staple in hip hop. Especially New York hip hop, though.
Effortlessly, though.
And she has a knack for handling controversial interviews and individuals, as we know.
Yeah,
she had to learn that though, because she did press Wendy Williams a ways back.
Well, yeah, because they had beef though.
To ways
beef
back. She pressed
that's crazy
hard.
to even say. Beef with Angie.
No, she pressed. Angie went crazy.
Yeah, Angie
she pressed her.
Angie went wild. I mean, rightfully so though, because Wendy was talking all types of crazy shit.
Angie's a New Yorker though. You gotta remember that.
That's my thing.
You gotta remember.
Do y'all think Angie still got a pair of Timbs?
Most
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I agree. I think so too.
I think
different colors too.
I think so too.
I think she had at least 2
with a Yankee fitted. Necessary.
Angie's Puerto Rican. She's definitely she has a few Yankee fitteds.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
So for me with this Tekashi shit, and we had been talking about this quite a lot.
Yeah.
At first, we all thought this was a publicity stunt. And what we're talking about is just the whole robbery thing. We thought it was. A marketing ploy, as he's known to do. He's like the biggest troll in the universe. So I was sold on the fact, like, all right, fam, no one robbed you. No, you've been to every major city, Chicago, LA, all these places, and no one has touched you. And now, mysteriously, you get nabbed. So I was a little skeptical, and then reading the reports, I was still skeptical. That interview, for me, let me know that something happened, like, serious. His mannerisms were different. His body language was not reading the same when speaking about personal things. He spoke about his mom. He started to cry. He spoke about the robbery. You can see where he was playing that over again in his head and trying to just say, damn, like, I really made it through this.
Oh, yeah, he said he was afraid to die.
Yeah.
He openly said he was afraid to die and felt like if he didn't jump out that car, something was going to happen.
Something bad was going to happen.
Because he's like, they already had the jewelry. He's still there, and he was just like, "Damn, this is it."
Yeah,
and he straight up said it.
I kind of agree with Fat Joe. I don't know if I would have opened that door though, like with the missus and my baby there. Y'all gonna have to give it to me right outside that door. I don't know.
Well, that was the other thing I was thinking about too. My thing is, and that's how just for me, I feel like it happened because I'm still seeing people say no, it didn't happen, it wasn't real. You know what that's like to have to let some just goon niggas go into your crib and go through your personal belongings while your kid and your significant other is there and you can't do nothing. You just got to sit in a car and just bake?
Sure, I don't know, man. I'm with Fat Joe. I don't know. You might have to give it to me right there. Pause.
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Let's be clear. I'm not giving you anything. I don't know why this is taking a turn.
What?
That R. Kelly song got you tripping. But listen, so here's the flip side of this, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you don't do anything. Let's say you let your nuts hang and you say, fuck it, I'm not, y'all just gonna have to kill me. What's to stop?
Pause that?
What's to stop? No, I'm not. What's to stop? What's to stop them from killing you and still going in the house anyway?
Yeah. You don't really, I mean, when you have a gun to your head, you don't really, you have no choice. Like, you have to do what they say, unless you're just like some ninja or something.
It's easy to say, oh, no, I'm not letting I'm not.
Well, no, it's not.
It's
not easy. I'm just saying, I think I would be hesitant to let them in.
But the problem is they knew where he lived already. This was
probably his
he basically said it was an inside job. So whether he let him in or not, they were gonna go in.
It was gonna go in. And on top of it, he did hesitate. He said he says in the Angie interview, he was trying everything possible to not go to his crib. He said he didn't want even his wife or his child to be involved. He was like, don't hurt my kids, don't hurt my family. Like he was like, that's the one thing I was thinking about is, damn, I don't want to involve them, but I don't really have anything to give.
And then he looked up and he was there.
Yeah, he said, he's like, yo, it came to a point in the car ride where it was like an awkward silence. We're like, yo, well, all right, you ain't got no money on you, so we may have to just pop you. And he's like, all right, well, I don't want to die, so I got jewelry. So he says, all right, I'm going to go to the crib and we'll figure it out. But he's still in his brain. He's like, I have to figure out a way not to have my wife come down and all this other stuff.
Don't bring the drama to your front door, man. All that tough talk.
But he wasn't. The thing was, he wasn't planning on it. He literally said that he didn't see where they were going. They stopped the car. He looks up, and they're
he's at the crib.
He's at the crib.
But that's the whole thing. When you do all that tough talk, when you put all that energy out there in the world, I'm gonna get you right where you sleep.
But the difference is, they gonna catch him when he sleep, just because it was his crew.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy how it wasn't anyone he was beefing with. It was someone in his own crew.
When he starts to run down the story of, hey, yo, nobody knows where I live. Angie's like, my nigga, it's New York. People know where I live. Like, he's like, no, y'all don't understand. Like, no one knows where I live. I have
Did he say he has special service people?
Yeah, he got Secret Service or whatever towel over his head. You never see him. So he said the moment his head is down in the car and they pull up and he's at his crib, he said, all right, I see what this is.
That's usually where the knife come from.
Yeah, you better believe it. You better believe it.
That knife come straight from Judas.
You better believe it. So, of course, to his surprise, he like, they not going to figure out where I am. I'm sure maybe in his brain, he's probably like, all right, I could lead them someplace else. They pull up. He's like, all right, let's just go to my crib. I got jewelry. And they already know where you at. Ain't nothing you could do.
Yeah, you either invite them in or they force themselves in. Yeah, that's it.
They knew what street he was stopping on. Like this was planned.
I got you.
That's a wild pause.
I got you.
I was like, you. Pause.
That's a wild. I was trying to be professional, then I was like, I played that pause back. I was like, oh yeah, that was bad. But I mean, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Feel bad for little homie, man.
You know, I was really intrigued about the presence and use of, well, not use, but the presence and discussions that he had with God.
Yeah.
Like, and how he said that he has prayed to God more so for when things aren't going well than when he's thankful for things to happen. Mm-hmm. And how he was saying how before he was, when him and his brother, they got raided, and then even after that, it was like such a big deal. And like even with not his biological dad, but the guy who stepped in as his dad, how he got murdered, and how that day he went out and he asked him if he wanted to go to the groceries, and he till this day felt like he could have done something if he went with him to the grocery store. And he during the interview, he was just like, you know, I talk to God all the time, and it's really interesting to see someone like him. Not to say that I'm not going to stereotype people and say, like, oh, if you're a rapper with tattoos, you don't believe in God. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that. But it was just interesting how he has had God or has found a way to speak about God in his life in different aspects. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I agree. And I get what you're saying. You would think the way he moves, he could give a shit about God. Like, he walks as if he's not scared to die. He walks and talks as if he's not scared of confrontation. He walks as if he's had multiple guns in his face and he's cool.
Yeah, so who is he? Because when you put out that music, when you put out that drill music, now when the stuff hits the fan, now it's like, yo, I talk to God all the time.
Well, he said it's persona.
Fab, that gets you hurt. That gets you hurt. That gets people at your front door. You got to choose. Yeah. You can't be both.
That's true.
You can't play both. You can't be on the fence, man.
But at this stage in the game, does he really have a choice of choosing?
Yeah.
At this point,
yeah. Well, you always got a choice.
How so? If I have a brand, I've built up this brand. I am known to be the biggest troll. I'm now, because of my trolling and because of my music, I'm able to feed the lives of God knows how many people that are around me. Am I so willing to just stop doing that and go to this vulnerable state of acceptance of my real inner self?
Yeah, you better. That was your baby mom's in the apartment. That's your kid in the apartment. With them cats that say, open it up, dog. Let's go, man.
To be honest, some of the, he's a big time troller, but so is 50 Cent. I think for him, if he didn't have that case with an underage person, I don't think certain things would have been into play when it came to him trolling. Yeah. I don't. I think part of the reason why he's getting certain people reacting to this trolling in such a very heavy way is because of that case. If that case was not there, I think that it would have been received the same way as 50 Cent trolling.
Mm-hmm. But 50, the difference between him and 50 is all right. I'm with the shits. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm with it. Let's go. We go. If we gonna go there, we gonna go. Here, you don't hear 50 saying, "Well, you know what? I was talking to God. Maybe I should calm down." 50, nah, I'm with it. I'm ready.
Yeah, but in all fairness, 50 is a different level.
Exactly. So if you're trying to troll with 50, then you got to be willing to do what 50 Cent is going to do. You can't just go out there and start trolling and poking the bear and go, when somebody gets mad, go, oh, my fault, man.
Some people
Sorry.
need a wake up call, though. Not everyone. Like some people, who knows if he changes? I don't know. I don't know him personally, but maybe this was his wake up call.
Yeah.
He had a couple, ain't he? Yeah, he was locked up.
No, the other ones.
When he was locked up in jail and he couldn't stay there, first they gave him no bail, and then they found out the threats.
the threats and all that.
they
But
had to let him
honestly,
go.
I don't think that's. I wouldn't equate being locked up in jail as the same wake up call as almost dying. To be honest, for certain people.
Well, all right, I can agree with that because I was gonna say in jail, you hear somebody getting raped, that'll wake you up.
That just went somewhere. You talking about the booty monster? What you know about the booty monster, Nas?
I don't know nothing about I don't know nothing about him. I don't know nothing about
What
it.
you know about the booty monster in jail?
I want no parts of that, man.
Yeah,
Man,
I
three
don't
hots in
know.
a cot is not for me.
The
Just
other
don't sag your pants.
Yeah, word. Don't.
Don't.
The other intriguing shit about the interview though is that you can tell he's still just a kid.
Yeah, he admitted how trash he was, and he's surprised that he's 8 for 8.
That he's 8 for 8. He's surprised. But even I looked at just because I just analyze shit differently. Did y'all notice how he couldn't sit still in his chair? How he's playing with his shirt? How he was twirling around the chair for a brief
chewing
minute?
the gum.
It was chewing the gum. Like it was to the
Yeah.
point where Angie had to tell him in the interview, "Yo, fam, can you sit down?" And
He's like, "Nah, I can't."
He's like, "I can't." He can't. You can see it. Like he's a kid.
You know those kids that go at the end of the hall?
Don't do that.
With-
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
It's
that.
6 of them with 2 teachers.
Don't do that.
Oh my God.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just, come on now, Brandon. Me and you the same age. I know.
No,
you
I
know.
know. But he did admit to being special ed.
Yeah, well, you know.
He did admit that.
That lets
So-
let you know where our generation is going. Everybody's bopping to the sped ed kid.
Well, no, I got him having ADHD.
Yeah.
That's what I got. I got him being a kid and just being. It's almost like him being
Yeah.
a kid filled with mad candy. That nigga was twitching. That nigga was all over the place.
Well, I get
He's
it.
in charge of somebody. That's weird.
Well, I understand why he chews the gum because I chew gum to keep myself. I'm a fidgety person, as
Yeah.
you can see. Like I'm swapping hands with the mic and everything.
But
like
you're also
chewing
not.
gum.
You're not twirling around. You're not.
If I had ADD or ADHD, I probably would be doing that.
But you don't.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but I'm saying if I'm fidgety and I don't have any of that, if someone does
Those
have
kids,
that,
those people make me nervous too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
you make me nervous because you ain't matching today.
Word.
Hold on. Hold on. Time out.
Your hat's not matching your sneakers.
Okay, can't nobody see my sneakers?
They're gray.
I'm not putting them up there today.
I bet you wouldn't.
Wait.
I wouldn't. No.
Wait.
Come on,
they ain't
fam.
see it?
What are you doing?
About to take a picture.
Chill,
of them
fam.
chicks.
Come on. Why y'all
They ain't
doing
see
that?
it? They ain't see this?
Oh,
Guys,
man.
these are his sneakers.
Damn.
Brent,
Yo.
make sure you add this B-roll right here.
Mad.
See
Yo,
that?
that is
Mad sneaker B-roll. They gonna murder that outfit. That's crazy.
Damn, I can't even be comfortable on the. Oh man.
Nah, V, you can't. But another thing that I thought was really interesting, I'm not really surprised. I'm not surprised that he plays chess. I'm really not surprised.
I was.
For someone who is as meticulous and is very like it seems like he plans even the trollings he plans.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can understand him being someone who's interested in chess. I don't know how good of a chess player he is.
I
don't
call
know.
bullshit.
But why do you say that?
Yeah, I don't.
I
think
really believe that.
I believe him too.
I believe he knows the game of chess. But you mean to tell me that this young man who can't sit down, who can't stop moving, sits for a game of chess that you need to sit down and think about your next 10 moves?
You don't think he's doing that with his trolling?
No.
He 100%
Oh
is
my
doing that
God,
with
he's
trolling.
definitely doing that with his trolling.
You're bugging. He's 100% doing that with
He's
his
being
trolling.
meticulous about everything when it comes to trolling.
That boy is he's not stupid.
If
Yes.
he was as meticulous and detailed as you two make him seem to be, he's not up there getting ready to cry. He's not up there saying, I've been talking to God. Maybe I should calm down with the trolling. If everything is
You don't
planned,
think that's also meticulous?
I definitely think it's meticulous.
if everything is planned, I know at least 3 or 4 outcomes that's going to happen, and I'm prepared for each one.
You bugging. The reason why you could already know that he's meticulous, it's the same thing that happened with the whole Chicago shit. He was in Chicago, was low and still moving, and then posted the shit the next day, making it seem like he was currently in Chicago, and all of Chicago went into a frenzy, and while he was probably already on a jet out of there. He's smart. He's not dumb.
Yeah.
And you know how I know he's not dumb? simply on him being able to analyze certain real world situations, hence his name. That whole 6ix9ine shit, the way he flips it, the number, the way he was explaining that segment, and for the viewers and listeners, if you haven't seen it, there's a particular part in the interview where he's explaining why he has the name 6ix9ine. And the gist of it is, I can see your perspective, you can see my perspective, hence the 9 being flipped. That's the only number that can be flipped where you can still see the same thing objectively from both sides. That kid is smart.
Yeah.
He's not a dummy. He is not a dummy. I'm fascinated by him.
Yeah. I mean, even smart people have bad things happen to them. Look at Tupac.
Definitely.
Tupac was intelligent. He was smart.
He was also very emotional.
But so what? Smart people can be emotional.
Yeah.
Smart people can be have social awkwardness. Like there's different levels to it.
And Pac really didn't want to be a leader.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
But by him talking about certain social issues,
and all
he put
did was
himself
bring
in
up death. That's all he did was bring up death. And he too was walking the fence. 1 minute you got to keep your head up, and then the next minute, is bitches.
Yeah.
So he was a walking contradiction too. Sometime, not all the time, but sometime. You can't go around like that and then think, oh, everything's hunky dory and I'm going to be all right.
Well,
somebody's going to pull. Somebody's going to pull.
You got to keep that same energy. What do y'all think about that too? Where Angie brought up, and I've been seeing it a lot, where they say like with XXX and even him and just other artists, where speaking things into fruition, like speaking about death so much that it actually comes looking for you.
I believe it.
Speaking things into existence. I believe in that. I believe in it in a positive and negative way. If you say something's going to happen, especially bad, if you keep putting that energy out, it's going to happen.
Definitely.
Like, I think that this may sound weird, but there are people that are comfortable, not necessarily comfortable, but they walk around with death next to them.
Yeah.
In the sense that the energy that they put out and what they say invites death into their situation. Like, most people don't talk about death. Like, there's certain people that just are so intrigued about it and so, like, fascinated by it. It's weird a little bit. Like
it's a little
it's
weird.
like they're opening the door and allowing that to come in.
Yeah.
Well, we're all gonna die.
Oh, we know that, but there's certain people that invite it more because of they're interested or they're curious about it. Yeah. Like there's some people out there that literally talk about death all the time. I mean, X talked about it all the time.
Yeah.
Triple X.
Yeah, him too. You put it out there.
What did you guys think about the comments about Cardi in the interview?
I think he respects Cardi because she wasn't like a mainstream industry plant. Mm-hmm. She grew organically. Like some people may say, well, but she had Atlantic Records. But people have to understand, Cardi B already had 1 million followers before Love and Hip Hop, before the record deal. She helped Love and Hip Hop out more than it helped her. Yeah, honestly.
And that's why she did 1 season. I'm out.
Yeah, I thought that was genius that she did 1 season. Even speaking about Cardi, how do y'all feel about her pulling out of the Bruno Mars store?
Oh, you mean that you actually have to be a mom?
Yeah.
I'm happy she did make that choice. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy because you got to be a mom. You can't just leave your newborn. Yeah. You can't. That first year, really 2 years, is imperative to that bonding experience with your child.
Now, humor me only, and this is for the listeners and viewers. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Women often struggle in corporate situations, often struggle within music. Do we think that her pulling out...
Pause.
That was a whisper pause.
I don't know if that's a pause.
She pulled out. What is she wearing?
What is Cardi pulling out?
All right. You guys are so immature. It's ridiculous. You guys are so immature.
Go ahead.
Oh, Mr. Pause Man over here.
I know. I just don't want to be wrong. All right. So, no, but humor me. If do you think because she pulled out that it will be held against her?
No, because she doesn't write her own lyrics.
Why not? No. We're not talking about that. We talking about the machine. We're talking about a machine that supports and does everything.
Her personality is going to put her right back. And it's not like a whack reason why she's taking time off. She's being a mother.
She's also said she's going to dropping a music video either early August or end of August to kind of like replace the fact that she's not going to be on tour. She's like, you know, I still want to make up for it. She's like, I have a music video. I also have some music with some features. So she's like, I'm looking to drop those in between so then you guys don't feel like, oh, damn, like she let us go to the wayside.
Well, no, I get that. But again, it's the same thing like in corporate America. Like when people find out in corporate America, like that you're pregnant or something, you have to go out. It's frowned upon, which is terrible. But I've seen a lot of negative comments about this, which I was surprised about. I thought people would be applauding her, saying, "Hey, I want to spend time with my newborn. It's my first kid. I want to be with my baby."
A lot of muffin heads out there.
Yeah, I want to be with my baby, and I'm getting ridiculed because I'm not going on tour.
Double standards.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, there are preset double standards that we're gonna constantly have to live by. Unfortunately,
Definitely.
If I'm Cardi B, I don't give a shit. Because right now, I'm the hottest female artist, the hip-hop female artist right now. So for her, all she has to do is focus on music consistency. If she's out and she's putting out hot records, she'll be fine. And also on top of that, it's kind of hard too because with the situation with Offset, if he's going through that shit, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't even know the full legal reasons yet. More information came out. If he is not around, then who's going to take care of the child?
Yeah.
And also, she wanted to be a mother, so she needs to experience a mother experience. I'm sure she's probably having help from her mom, but she said she wanted to have kids.
Yeah.
So you got to be a mother.
I agree. Now, do you think that she took off more so for Offset or for the baby?
I think for the baby. Let me reference you guys back to one Lauryn
Back
Hill
in the day when I was young, I ain't a kid anymore.
the miseducation of Lauryn Hill in Zion. Have you heard those lyrics? I mean, do you really listen to them?
Don't ask me that stupid ass question.
All right.
What is life?
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people don't know, man, because she talks
Break it down for them.
about motherhood in Zion and how
Yeah.
people told her to abort the baby.
Yeah.
And how think about your career, Lauryn. And she said, I chose my son over my career. So and I only make reference to that because Cardi is doing the same thing. She should never apologize. She should tell everybody that S my D.
Yeah.
That's what she should tell everybody.
Well, also for Cardi B, like I think she's gonna be fine too because she is associated with Offset, aka the Migos, who are also another hot act. All it takes for them is to add her as a feature. If anything goes south, she all right. I think she's fine. She's in like a very great position in terms of who she's associated with. They're all relevant people.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, shit. Actually, I want to ask y'all something. This is off topic. We didn't talk about it, but it just came to my mind, so forgive me. Do y'all think Nicki's album is still coming out August 10th?
I would hope so, because she's going on tour with 6ix9ine. So she's going to have something.
I guess.
I mean, you would think, right, with the
Like,
tour.
I would assume she's going to have something for the tour.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you guys. Okay.
I'm curious to know, like, all the flack that she is getting, do you think that some of the comments that were made are there's truth to it?
Who is this?
Nicki Minaj. Do you think, because she's been getting flacked about doing the music video with 6ix9ine, she's been getting the flack about
Riding his wave.
Riding the wave, saying that she supports women, but she's not even working with specific women, and like this. So, like, she's just been having, it's like layers. Like, there's multiple things that people are talking about. I think it was Forbes, they went off on her.
Yeah.
Someone wrote a crazy Forbes article.
I mean, my only thing with it is that who female-wise has she really worked with? She talks about it. She talks about it a lot.
You mean hip-hop or just any artist? Because recently it was Ariana Grande.
I can't even say her name. Ariana Grande. But I'm saying, like, I'm talking about within hip-hop. Like, her genre is hip-hop. That's her crossing over when you start talking to Ariana Grande. I'm saying just in hip-hop, the people that she says that she loves and supports, who she really worked with to try to just, you know what I mean?
But isn't it, devil's advocate, it's a competition. It's like Kobe's not going to want to play with LeBron. He may respect him, but he don't want to be on the same team.
Oh, no, I'm with it. I don't disagree. That's a killer mentality for me.
Unless
like,
it's
this
Team USA.
Well, yeah, that's different. But
Yeah, because that may go against the world.
But I already said this before, and I've said this numerous times. What the women of hip-hop, like the top-tier women need to do is a big collab song, i.e. World War III on Rough Riders Volume 2. 24 Hours to Live
You're
on Harlem.
showing your age.
Because them songs are still lasting.
I hear you.
Them songs are still.
I
hold on.
don't want any beef with you. I'm just saying.
Oh, on top of that, we need to have like our own version of We Are the World with all the top acts.
That'd be fire.
Because of all the crazy shit that's happening.
That'd be dope.
Not like, as maybe not as
50 Cent came
peaceful,
out.
but having all the top acts do something like that with all the political climate that is.
Hold on, but imagine 50 singing We Are the World.
Yeah. That shit would
50?
be.
50's not a top artist. He's a top businessman right now. But he's out
You
of...
just killed my whole thing.
Yeah.
I feel pretty
No.
bad.
I'm not saying like top artists all time, but I'm saying current artists right now.
But We Are the World.
Unless you
want
to bring back some of the old ones too, then that's fine.
Yeah, but that's what. We Are the World. Didn't they do that? Wasn't that like with everybody in the studio, Mike and Barbara Streisand and
Oh man,
That's some old school
Barbara.
shit. All right, you're showing your age.